Hey, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to make the metal melting foundry that I used in the previous video. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to start by pouring 5 quarts of plaster of Paris into this bucket, which I'll be using for the foundry. I'm going to try to do it pretty slowly so it doesn't, not too much of it is lost in dust. Okay, now I'm going to put the same amount, or first I need to pour it into this red bucket, so I'll double check that actually is right. Okay, I'm going to measure off the sand, 5 pints, keep saying pints, quarts of sand. Okay, that's even. I can pour this in, so equal amounts. I believe this will be enough. It might not be, I might have to add more. But there needs to be a ratio of 1:1 sand to plaster. Now I'm gonna pour in, wait, how much was it? I think it's 3.5 pounds of water. No, that's not right. I'm gonna put in 3.6 quarts of water. So to measure that off, I'm gonna get a scale. I think this thing's able to handle that much weight. I'm gonna get my bucket, and then I'm gonna pour, how much was it? I think it's 7.5 pounds of water. So I need to switch the units to pounds. And I'm gonna slowly pour this in until it hits 7.5 pounds. Yeah, it's a little over. That's fine. It was 7.5 pounds, or you could also just say 7 pounds, 8 ounces. So that's just about right. I might pour a little bit off. Of course, it doesn't have to be perfectly precise. I think that was probably a little bit too much. Oh, yeah. That is enough water. I'm going to turn off my scale. And pour this water into the bucket and mix it all up. So right when the water touches the plaster, I'll have about probably 5 minutes until it'll start hardening up. So I'll need to act pretty quickly. So what I'm gonna do is once I pour it in, I'll go and take it off right now. I'm gonna take off these handles. Oh, they just snapped off all the way. That's fine. It's a cheap bucket. And then I'll be using this to mold the inside of my bucket. And this is I don't know if I already said it, but this is a 5-gallon bucket. This metal one right here. Okay, so I'm gonna pour it in. I might have to add more water, or I might have to add more plaster and sand, but for now I'll just start mixing. Make sure that there are no clumps left. I mean, right now I'm not even close. There's still tons of clumps. Make sure it's all thoroughly mixed together. There's still a lot of clumps in here, so I probably want to work with both hands. It's definitely pretty messy. Luckily I have water right here, so I can wash my hands after. Now there will be, this is more coarse sand than what I used in my last one, so there will definitely be some little bits of stuff, so it won't be perfectly smooth, but it'll be pretty good. I'm getting there. I want to mix a little bit longer because I can feel some plaster on the bottom. I think this is a good amount. Oh, I can feel a bunch of stuff on the side. Okay, I think it's almost done. Still a few more clumps that I need to do, but they're all very small. And what's nice about this plaster of Paris is that when it dries, it doesn't shrink or anything. It'll stay its exact same size. So I don't have to worry about it like cracking when it shrinks or anything. Okay, I think this is about done. You just double check that there's no more clumps. There's a little bit more on the side. Yeah, this consistency is about how I want it. And I don't really know. I don't know very much about how plaster works, but I don't think it really matters about the moisture level. I think either way it'll harden after a while, eventually. Or maybe not. I don't really know. This is just a proportion of water to plaster that I found, and I'm using it here. Okay, I think that's it. I'm going to now get my bucket, push it down into it. Oops, went a little bit too far. I think about right there is fine. I probably should have put some weight in to help hold it down until it hardens, but this will be fine. Yeah, it's still plenty liquidy. I might go ahead and pour some water into my bucket to help weigh it down. That's a lot of weight to hold down. I believe I still have plenty of time before it hardens. Okay, yeah, that's easier to hold down now. I think I'll hold it down about right there is about, because you still want to leave plenty of space from the bottom of the bucket, of the main bucket, so then it'll have insulation on the bottom. Of course, if you accidentally did make it too thin on the bottom, you can always probably add more plaster to the bottom. Now I simply just need to wait. I can really feel it hardening up. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes, and now it's to the point where I don't have to hold it down anymore with the water in it. It'll just hold itself. So now I'm gonna wait until it's a little bit harder, and then I'll drill out the hole for the pipe to go in to blow in the air. Okay, so back to the foundry. I've now dumped out the water from the bucket, and I'm gonna try to, I need my pliers. I'm gonna try to remove the bucket. I don't think it'll come out in one piece. Pull it right there. That was surprising. Okay, let's try somewhere else. Pull it at different locations. Okay, well, the trim continues to come off. This is quite difficult to take out. Something would be flimsy enough that it would come out pretty easily. That might not be the case. Okay, so after lowering the bucket down to the floor, I was able to kind of get some leverage on it and pull the bucket out. So now, it looks pretty nice in there. I mean, it's still pretty messy around the edges, but it did it very nice and smoothly. It's still pretty wet, so I think it'll be a good time to drill the hole in for the pipe. So this is actually the bucket from my last foundry, so it already has a hole in the metal. I've been covering it up with this masking tape. So I'll be using that hole right there to drill in. So I'm just gonna go get my drill bit. Okay, I got my drill and drill bit. I'm gonna drill kind of down and maybe to the side a little bit as well. I was worried that might be a problem. Basically, just fills the bit up with plaster, and then it won't go any farther. So I'll have to dig that out. I'm gonna extend it out so I don't get plaster on my drill. I get a little bit more of an extension so it can reach down. doesn't fit. Apparently that's a different size. Okay, drill is now in. The inside of it's still not quite hard. But, okay, so now I think I'm just gonna work on cleaning everything up. And then this thing's gonna be done.